Okay, so your heart broke. You sit around moping, crying, crying. You say you even thinking about dying? Next time around, someone cries for you. Everybody plays the fool sometimes.
Palm Beach was America's treasure island long before Mr. Trump arrived, as Mo Rockel will show us in our Sunday morning cover story.
The first thing you should know about Palm Beach is that it's an island unto itself.
It was separate from the rest of Florida. It was separate to the rest of America. It was the most exclusive town in America.
Writer Lawrence Lamer has lived here for over 20 years. He calls Palm Beach America's first gated community. Today, Worth Avenue is one of the most glamorous stretches of shopping in America. 110 years ago, Worth Avenue was Jungle Trail and the site of an alligator farm. And yes, I know I should have worn nicer shoes. What confers status here?
They would like to think it's culture and lineage, but it's money. It's all about money. Your friendship's been defined by money. People look at you. I know what that tie is worth. I know what that suit is worth. I know where you belong. And you're a great guy, but you don't belong among the billionaires, okay?
It was Henry Morrison Flagler who transformed Palm Beach. Flagler, the co-founder of Standard Oil, came to this tropical wilderness in the 1890s and envisioned a paradise for the very wealthy.
At a time when many of his peers would have been thinking about retirement, he's embarking on an enormous project.
Tracy Kammerer is chief curator of the Whitehall Flagler Museum.
The Hotel Royal Point Siena was his first hotel property on the island, largest wooden structure in the world, and it also had the distinction of being the world's largest hotel, ultimately accommodating 1,500 guests.
So he traveled in style. Vanderbilt's, Rockefellers, and Carnegies arrived, most like Flagler in their own private rail cars, along the railroad which Flagler himself built, opening Florida to tourism. He also built the famed Breakers Hotel, and then his own spectacular estate, Whitehall. Call it Beaux-Arts in the jungle.
He wanted to get this house built quickly so that he and his new wife could enjoy.
The mansion, says docent Lisa Jensen, was Flagler's wedding gift to his much younger third wife.
She liked to throw parties, she liked to play the piano and sing, and so she really brought some sunshine into his later years.
So what were their ages when they got married?
71 and 34.
That's sort of a Palm Beach tradition.
Yes, I'd have to agree with you on that. It is.
You could say that Flagler's home and the two hotels really were the beginning of society in Palm Beach.
A society that soon needed fabulous homes to match its fabulous wealth. Enter architect Addison Meisner. Sometimes when you're in Palm Beach, you forget that you're not in Italy.
That's right. You forget you're not in Italy or Europe or Spain.
Meisner says preservation consultant Jane Day created the Mediterranean Revival look, a mashup of European styles that became the architecture of choice for the Palm Beach elite.
It was a very romantic style. He'll try and mix and match things from different places around the Mediterranean. He wanted it to look as if it had been in the family for generations, so that it didn't look like it was all done in 1919, for example.
Villa Meisner, as the name would suggest, was the home of Meisner himself.
Holy cow, look at that ceiling.
Today, this is home to the family of Dee and Nick Adams, a direct descendant of President John Adams, and their pet pig, Mona Lisa.
His idea was to bring the light in, bring the air in, make the windows bigger, but retain that Gothic feel.
These panels in the dining room are said to have originally lined Spanish Queen Isabella's 15th century palace.
The tiles over there are 16th century Portuguese tiles, and then others are
Made to look that way.
Exactly.
Can you guess what Addison Meisner might think of Palm Beach today?
I think he would say it was very much like he had envisioned it, at least this area here, because he himself was an eccentric. Right. He had a monkey named Johnny Brown that ran around these very premises.
And we see it in your stained glass window. Another Meisner landmark, La Querida, was home to the Kennedy family. President John F. Kennedy worked on his inaugural address here, in what he called his winter White House. Which brings us to Mar-a-Lago, now the winter White House of President Donald Trump. Walking through this room in 1927, what would it look like?
Very much as it appears now.
Built by post-serial fortune heiress Marjorie Merriweather Post and her husband E.F. Hutton, Mar-a-Lago is dazzling even by Palm Beach standards. There is an inscription I see in many places.
Plus ultra, which means beyond the ultimate. And that is symbolic of how Mrs. Post led her life and what her expectation was for this property.
Mrs. Post bequeathed Mar-a-Lago, which means sea to lake, to the federal government to be used as a presidential retreat after her death in 1973. But then President Richard Nixon preferred Key Biscayne, and so the costly white elephant was returned to the Post family, who couldn't find a buyer until a certain real estate developer came along.
You're not going to do anything?
No.
No personal Trump touches here?
No. Believe it or not, no.
If Palm Beach was America's first gated community, says Lawrence Lamer, then Donald Trump was perhaps its most brazen gate crasher.
They despised him from day one. He did everything to try to stop his arrival in this town. And he didn't care. He was going to do what he was going to do.
Mr. Trump bought Mar-a-Lago and turned it into a social club. But unlike Palm Beach's other infamously exclusionary clubs, Mar-a-Lago accepted Gentiles and Jews, as well as African Americans and openly gay members, as long as they could pay. What do you think motivated Donald Trump to do this?
Money. But he did it. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't do it. Would they want to start a largely Jewish club in Palm Beach? Would they do that? Would you do that if you cared about social acceptance? Would you do that if you cared about the WASP elite on the island? You would never do that.
Along the way, Mr. Trump has picked plenty of fights over everything from the height of the flagpole on his club's lawn to the flight path over Mar-a-Lago that he wanted changed. Excuse me, I have to interrupt for a moment. There's a plane that's going right over. Getting elected president solved that pesky problem.
But of course, I don't think anyone would have thought that would happen.
That he would become president.
Yes, and it shows in America anything can happen, and it's a great thing. You know, it's really fantastic.
Bernd Lemke is the longtime managing director of Mar-a-Lago. He says Mr. Trump is continuing Mrs. Post's great tradition of hosting with one significant difference.
Mr. Trump, when he took over and made it a club, he did the same thing. He invited his friends, but for an initiation fee.
So it's still a home for friends, but friends that pay an initiation fee.
Right, yes. And this way it helps with the cost, you know.
For at least the last few years, members of Mar-a-Lago have paid $14,000 a year in dues and a $100,000 initiation fee. But when we visited in January, Lemke told us this.
We get a lot of requests for membership. We moved the membership fee up to $200,000, non-refundable.
The doubling of the initiation fee, effective January 1st, has been confirmed, prompting some to question whether Mr. Trump is profiting from his election. The club claims the fee had been $200,000 back before the last recession. Does attendance here tend to spike? Mr. Trump is here?
Phenomenally. You know, instead of 5 people for lunch, we may have 150 people. It's incredible.
It seems that the relationship between Donald Trump and Palm Beach has changed.
Before the election, nobody in this island would say a good word about him. Now suddenly everybody in the island has voted for him.
Okay, so you're heartbroken. You sit around moping, crying, crying. You say you even thinking about dying? Well, before you do anything rash, dig this. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. There's no exception to the rule. Listen, baby, It may be factual, may be cruel. I ain't lying. Everybody plays a fool. Falling in love is such an easy thing to do, and there's no guarantee that the one you love is gonna love you. Oh, loving eyes they cannot see, a certain person could never be. Love runs deeper than any ocean, it clouds your mind with emotion. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. There's no exception to the rule. Listen, my friends feel it's their appointed duty. They keep trying to tell me all you want to do is use me. But my answer ain't all that use me stuff. Yes, I want to spread the news that if it feels it's good getting used, oh, you just keep on using me until you use me up. Until you use me up. My brother sit me right down and he talked to me. He told me that I ought not to let you just walk on me. And I'm sure he meant well. Yeah, but when I talk was through, I said, brother, if you only knew, you'd wish that you were in my shoes. You just keep on using me until you use me up. Until you use me up.
Some people are made of plastic. You need to get off the property, man.
Police on it.
You'll go ahead and call the police.
Close one, call the cops. So get that camera out of my face. He's taking pictures of me right now. You know the police are on the way, right? Get that fucking camera out of my face right now. Get in your car, get that fucking camera out of my face.
Hey, man. You just assaulted.
Camera out of my face and go in your car.
You just assaulted me, man.
I'm here doing my job.
All right, okay. Okay. Whatever you say. Now let me say, I'm out here taking pictures of coronavirus, and this guy just comes up on me and hits my camera.
Hold on. I'm going to hear everybody all at once.
All right.
How do you take pictures of coronavirus?
I'm out here as a journalist running down A1A, taking pictures of people with masks and whatever. That is my vehicle.
Hey, you guys stand right here. I got somebody else coming. You got a form of ID on you? 3-1-7-5-6-4-1-7-0.
Well, you know, I kind of have the right to take a picture.
It's about Lottie.
All right.
I'm trying to get your side of the story.
Okay.
So I know what's going on.
All right.
21. Rio given is the registered owner. Valid, no record of home.
All right, Miss Hogerty.
It is my job.
Yeah.
I'm a journalist.
Yeah. No, I would like to know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am. Right. I am.
I don't know.
Well, how are you going to know?
I have no idea. That's what I'm asking.
Well, what are you asking me?
Who do you work for? How is it that you're a journalist?
Well, I'm a journalist because I go out and I document life.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I didn't know that. So you tell me that if I could do that, I could be a journalist also?
Absolutely.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right. Listen, you learn to go and one every day.
And that is my job.
Right. So tell me what else. So what happened?
nothing to hide.
All right.
I'm trying to get to the bottom.
I appreciate it.
So, David.
Yeah.
Question for you.
Question. I got an answer.
Were you in their property, such as in the grass? Which he did. Which he did.
Right. Let me finish. I am, because I'm doing a story. You know.
The street.
Huh?
Pedestrians go against traffic.
Arrest me for trespassing?
No, I'm gonna give you a warning.
You said, well, not really. So either you are.
I didn't say that. I said I wasn't working for anybody.
That's what you told me, because you got it on video.
Right.
I know what I heard. In any case, what do you want this to be?